everyone, and welcome back to Fire and Maneuver with this Boshin War campaign. Last time around we fought probably the biggest battle to date. It was a hard-fought battle. I lost all of my cavalry, and in the end it was inconclusive. Even though I stood victorious on the field, I felt that I would run into an area where we would receive these constant attacks without being able to go on the offensive on the enemy, which had a pretty strong position around Gifu. So I decided to retreat, and that I've done. So in between episodes I've done preparatory battles. Basically I have repelled their attacks on Toba Fushima yet and yet again, and I pulled back my troops, as we can see right now. So there's no change in terms of the troops around Toba Fushima. We still have 1st and 4th Army Group there. Now what has changed is down here in south, where the Satsuma and the Sachido Army has pulled back and then situated the side here. And then the 3rd Army Group has been joined by the 6th Army Group, the Imperial Modernizing Force. So they have joined the fray now. And it should be said now that I have been able to get the flanking maneuverability, so at this point my armies can move 2 tiles each turn. So we've got that going for us, which is really great. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do what I set out to do, which is to cut them off by having the Sachido army attack here again, cutting the 2 armies down here at Yamato, cutting them off and destroying them. So the Western Allies gonna have a rude awakening, getting absolutely destroyed. The interesting thing here is that in between episodes, or in between turns here, look at how many troops are still lost. Now, obviously, in one of their attacks, I get a legendary battle marker for the Battle of Yamato, where the enemy keeps pushing down, and we get one of these. I want to see the army that is hiding behind, though. That is what I want to see, because this one has not been able to replenish troops at an astonishing level, I must say. So take a look at that. It's at about half strength, and you can see the troops here. None of them have really been able to replenish. Like, the cavalry is down 500 troops, and all of these are down at least 1,000, and this one's 600 and so on. And I think that I was earlier, thinking about the attrition of warfare as they kept attacking Toba Fushima, and that they would run out of manpower. Now I think they actually have run down their manpower, so it is at the bottom. What I probably will do after this episode is I will go through and I will kind of calculate roughly, given the different areas they have, how much manpower they gain per turn, and I'll compare it to my own to kind of get an idea. And hopefully from there I'll get a better idea of how much manpower they have, or how much they gain per turn, and how much I need to inflict in one turn to run that down to the point where they will not be able to receive everything up again, because that's been a big problem. I keep winning the battles and I keep killing their troops, but their regiments, they come back. And as we've seen, my regiments do not come back. So it's been very difficult in that sense. Now the difficulty with this battle that we have in our hand right now is that, of course, the Sachido army comprises of 5 infantry and 1 Armstrong gun, and the army that we're looking to beat is the 12th Army Group, comprising of a total of 12 units. So 12 units against my 6, so twice the amount of troops. They got 2 cannons, 2 horse, and 8 infantry. And this is what we're looking at here. Luckily for me, the cannons are quite interesting. So they have a Gatling gun. We know how to defeat those. But they have the ability to, at very close range, absolutely massacre regiments. So we gotta keep an eye. It's still a difficult battle ahead in terms of that. And then the other cannon, I was a bit surprised. What is that? Is there some kind of mortar or some kind of howitzer? I look over it. It's one of those wooden cannons. I always call them the Mythbuster cannons because they had that episode on Mythbusters when they actually made a wooden cannon. So a wooden bloody cannon. You have them in Shogun 2 as well. So that one is not particularly difficult. The difficult thing with this army, I would say, is the Gatling gun, and then they've got 3 of these Denshotai, if that's how you pronounce it. 3 units of these elite Denshotai troops, which would be quite difficult to cut down. I'm gonna have to be aggressive, because I want to finish it in the first day. I don't want these guys, these 2 armies, coming rushing back for day 2. Prolonging this fight. So I want to kill this army in one go, and in so doing absolutely annihilate these 2 army groups. I feel as though I could probably push them directly and cut them down a lot because they're not being able to replenish their troops at this point. However, I'll get a total victory where I don't even have, hopefully don't even have to fight these guys if I move directly and destroy these. Now, it's been a lot of talk. Let's go ahead and try and actually do this. So we'll bring the Sachudo army up and attack. Now, can you rename? You can rename them. It might be too late for this campaign, but I'm thinking I could probably go ahead and rename these after premium membership viewers, or my premium member that wants to pay directly to the channel through YouTube. So I could name some of these after them, but similar to what I've now, you probably haven't. I haven't might not have released that yet, but I have done that in the new campaign for Napoleon Total War 3. Although, since I don't want people like, you know, the pee-pee poo-poo face brigade, I've gone ahead and altered the names to kind of be more Italian, or at least European in style for those units. So I might go ahead and Japanify the names, so you could still tell, but there would be like a difference to them. To make that. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring the Sachudo army into the attack. So they will get reinforcements. I cannot bring in reinforcement, but it looks like I'm bringing in both units at the same time. So we'll go ahead and see here. It's a slight advantage to the Tokugawas, but I am not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and fight the battle. Well, I be damned, it looks as though I have been able to get both my army groups to join in this attack. So we are definitely a lot better set up than the enemy, since I've got 2 Armstrong guns. I've split them along either side, so we will be able to start doing damage, pretty good damage on both sides. So we got 2 infantry brigades on either side, plus a Armstrong gun. So that's just wonderful. Let's go ahead and start it up. It's starting to become a little bit much with it playing like American Civil War music constantly. Right, so they're moving forward. I want to stop them at the bridge, but obviously we don't want to march too far, so I'm thinking we'll march about there to form line, and then you will form to about there, and then form line. And there's not really any more room on that side, so you will be marching to this side, The artillery will move up here, and what we'll do is possibly open up avenues for where it can fire. For this gun, I think I would rather get it out like onto this hill right here. I don't really want to be standing at the bridge. So we're gonna try and get our troops off the road now and onto this side. Like that. And that's how we got for this start, and also as these advance then I should put them at fire at will. And I doubt the enemy will make any bold moves here. Okay, there's the Gatling gun. I wonder if he will be able to fire across the bridge right now. I also wonder if my artillery will be able to fire across the bridge, as it is right now. I want to be able to fire on the Gatling gun as soon as possible, so I'm thinking we're going to deploy the guns right away. Now, since the Gatling gun is that far forward, I can actually get up onto the hill and probably fire on the Gatling gun. So we'll move you to the side here, and then you to the side there. So now the cannon's got free fire. You'll be able to get up on the hill, and then from an oblique maneuver you'll be able to fire on that. And then you can march forward in the same turn and fire there. So we got that under control. Then I want to move up an infantry over there and take control of that. And since these will take over that, we'll be holding you there. So that army group is done. Now we got cavalry coming in real close. We're gonna move you up, and then you will fire, although I'm sure this guy will move away. You will deploy on this side, you will deploy immediately, and then you will follow on to the side. I'm thinking cavalry has a tendency to go after the artillery, so it could be that this cavalry is going to try and go this way around. Although, I don't often see the enemy deploy their cavalry into columns so they can actually move over the bridges. So I might be fine. And that's the setup, so let's go ahead and end turn and fast forward. Oh, they crossed! The Gatling gun tried to cross the bridge and got destroyed in the process. And their cavalry did not move at all and got absolutely destroyed. Now my guns are way out of line to really fire on anything. You can still fire on this. I'm thinking the enemy is really setting up to focus fire on these guys. So there is where the priority for the battle should lie. So first and foremost you will return fire on this unit. And then we will be marching up regiments in support of this. That I'm shooting way too much now at this unit. Then you will fire on this. With the artillery laying in fire as well. So now they're really screwed on that side. On this side, we'll just kind of hold back on what we're doing. And the cannons keep... Oh, no more orders? Right. It's not often that I run out of orders, but I do it in this battle. Let's go ahead and end turn and see what the enemy does here. So, fire. Okay, so now he moves out of range of the artillery, and possibly also the unit that's moving up here, so this unit definitely saved themselves. However, this guy is not going to be able to save himself. Ooh. The cavalry is moving up in a flank. That's going to be priority then next turn, to completely move this one, ready to fire on these as soon as possible. It looks like there's no more interesting things. Oh, you were still able to fire all the way from here to there, and still be able to get some fire. Okay, you took quite the hit. It's not a... you know what? I am not too interested in this unit at all. I do not see much point to it. So instead you will turn and you will fire, which I think is more important. Then you can go ahead and form line. I'm guessing we're getting fire from this guy over there. It might be better actually to withdraw from that hill entirely by this unit. So he will be moving back. Artillery continues forward. Hopefully set it up here so he can fire. At this point, this artillery can't really fire on anything, so move into column. You can still fire here. You cannot fire, but you can move forward and then lend into that fire, and then you can move in like that and support that area. Anyone else is fired well. Let's run through this. So turn. Oh, they fired. They did not charge. These guys on the hill got destroyed. With them, had I known that these guys would just fire, then the unit on the hill would have formed into line to save itself. But now it's dead and gone, which I actually like, because I saw no point in that unit. Good hit, but we're not going to be able to take any companies. But it will be preparatory work for the next turn. It will be not preparatory work because none of that's stuck to them. What I can do here though is I guess we'll just march forward. Fire twice. Then you will move up, and you cannot actually fire. But you can go to fired well. You will leave your position, and then you will fire there. And then I'm continuously just holding this. I could go to the hill, but I can also just set up here and fire through here, so that will work. And we've got plenty of time left in the day here, so I think we're looking at a pretty easy victory with a pretty massive result in terms of the kind of damage that we're going to do to the Tokugawa force. Alright, so we're moving up point blank range. Wait to fire until you see the whites of their eyes. It don't seem to have done that much damage though, even though we march right up to them and fired straight into them. And that's about it for this turn. There isn't any more interesting moves. I guess this one here, removing the enemy cannon. Oh, maybe because I'm this close they weren't able to recover. Is that part of it? That they are not able to recover their, like, whatever it's called? Because I'm that close to the unit. Like, firing at distance, they're able to recover it. But when I'm this close, they're not able to recover it. You will... Actually, no. You will fire once, then you will do a bayonet charge, and then you will fire for a second time, and then you will fire for a third time. Once that is done, the guns will deploy. You will hold where you are. I don't know why there's an arrow going that way. You will be moving up, and the cannons will be following. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I want to get close view here on the bayonet charge. And the bayonet charge worked. The enemy was sent away. The enemy is down to 42. Have I lost any companies? No, I've not. More than the regiment that was lost on the hill. Now they do still have some pretty powerful units. They've got the 2 guard units right here. They got a hill position. What I can do here is we'll open fire on these, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and flank the enemy. So we're going to start marching these 2 around here. You will be the one that goes up on the hill. This unit can actually move into the woods and fire from there. And then the rest of these will be starting to move to positions where they can attack on the open field. And hopefully we'll be able to bring the guns to bear as well. So, not much happening in this one, unless, of course, the enemy decides they are advancing. Which they decided to do. Right, then we will be going on the offensive. Attack. I think that's enough. Rather than you getting up, you can get to there. Fire. You can get to there. Fire at will. You're moving that way. You're moving here. The guns, we will be deploying them. And I think, given that, they will be able to fire straight through there. So, great maneuvers moving in on the enemy. Don't know why they keep reserves right now when they're outnumbered as it is. The enemy really likes to form into skirmish line, which definitely reduce the amount of damage. But I also think that that reduces the amount of damage they're able to put out on us as well. Now, night is coming close here, but they've only got 31% left. I will be able to focus in so much firepower on the few units that remain that I doubt very much that the enemy will be able to stand against me. With that, he cannot shoot from the hill, and he cannot shoot from here. Oh, he could! He can shoot over the woods. Right, great. Oh, and you can fire from there. Holy moly, I'd say. Now I'm focusing in a lot of fire on this, but that's because there's 2 units there. I'm not sure, they might be able to move. And then I used up all the orders. I was hoping that maybe I could use my artillery, but the artillery is actually blocked, so. And here we go, then, for the final fight. I'm thinking it's gonna end. These guys put up a lot of fire. Oh, they move forward over there. Back hit. Damn. That was not a good maneuver by them. Side hits. Yeah, I think we're already below the point that I need. There's only going to be 2 units left. There's going to be the one in reserve. And then this one, I don't think I'll be able to destroy this one. Ooh! Who fired on you? Where did he receive so much fire? To where 1 company got taken down. Because this guy had already fired twice. Right? Oh. Surprised 2nd Regiment took that much damage. But there we have it. We are victorious. Here's the result of the battle. We lost almost 2,000 men against 12,000 of the enemy. They recovered a lot. We recovered less. The question now is, will these 2 be destroyed because of my move here? Oh yeah, this is how it is. They won't be destroyed just yet, but they are cut off, so they will be destroyed after this battle. We are not able to bring in any reinforcements, but now the two groups from down there will be moving up, which is good because then you'll actually get to see me fighting the hodgepodge of French, Confederate, and US troops fighting for the shogunate. After some early preparatory work, this is what the battlefield looks like right now. We've not yet come to blows, however, that is soon to change. So if we take a look here, we've got 4 regiments of mine marching up this road. We've got a cannon over here, and then I have 1 regiment marching out over here to kind of hold them off from crossing here until I'm ready to take control of the hill and the bridge here. However, the shogunate's European allies, the French, have sent their grenadiers to take the bridge. They have 4 broken up companies already, so that should be easy enough to break. Then further back here, next to this little house, we've got 2 sets of artillery. So we've got shogunate artillery, 12-pounder Napoleons, I'm guessing, and followed up by a battery of Gatling guns. Then over here, marching on the big plains, we got lots of French troops, some form of Zouaves and regular line infantry. On the hills, we've got a number of shogunate troops. Let's see if we can't find the Confederates. There's more French troops over here. I'm quite heavily outnumbered, although the enemy here we go. Here's the Confederates. The Confederate is following this shogunate unit. There should be another Confederate unit somewhere else here. Some really broken up shogunate cavalry as well. There's 1 Confederate. Where's the other one? The other one's there. Okay, so there's one. I missed this one. Right. We're heavily outnumbered if you just count the amount of troops. However, I am pretty sure that I've got pretty good setup. We'll move into line and fire immediately. And then these will up on the hill and set up immediately. And you will be up on the hill immediately. And you will deploy on this side. My artillery will continue forward. You will be set to fire at will at this distance. And so should you. Both of these. This one will be withdrawn into reserve, but I wanted to put him there. I guess we could have switched position between these two. But let's go ahead and see here if I'm able to shoot down the guards. Okay, they march through. They march quickly through. And end up... They will be blocking my advance here, actually. Like, I won't be able to get onto the hill, or at least with the second unit, I won't be able to get onto the hill. Because the bloody grenadiers marched in the way. Yeah, they blocked it. Interesting. However, I'm set up to absolutely annihilate the guns. Oh, nice. He was still in fire will over here, which meant that he was able to fire on the grenadiers. What I will do is I'll move directly like that and fire twice, and then to make sure these are gone, I'm gonna turn you and fire. Then after that, we will be focusing fire onto the Gatling guns over here. Or the... I think... Wait, where did the Gatling guns go? Oh, maybe they crossed the bridge, or this guy, when he was set to fire at will, fired and shot them down. There's quite a lot of cavalry coming over there, which could be dangerous. Move into the woods, and then you will fire at will from over there. And then lastly here, then, the cannons will be moving. Right. Let's go ahead and see if we can't take the grenadiers down in this round, then. They form skirmish line. That's not going to help them, though, because I'm going to fire like 4 times onto them. And it only took twice to dispel them. Great. And we'll be getting their cannon as well. There's massive French troops moving up. Although they're very broken up already in terms of their number. But the Shogunate forces is really moving hard here. Right, so they're at least gone now. Fired well. You will be moving down to a reserve position. And the infantry will now ready themselves to move up to take position there. And hopefully we'll be able to get artillery up there as well. Even from here you will be fired well, fired well. Good. I think that the French troops, the French troops will be bogged down as they cross the frozen river. Yeah. So they do not have the ability to cross. They have some units. They have some. The light units have that ability, and looks like some of the French Grenadiers got that as well. But most of the units will be bogged down as they move up there. So there will be no quick movements across the ice. Currently though, I am a little bit unhappy for the fact that I wasn't able to quickly get up onto the hill and take control of that as early as I would have wanted. You are now going to go up on the hill and you're going to fire twice on that. The unit that remains is going to fire twice there. You are going to be heading into the woods. You are going to be heading over there, and then the guns. There's a lot of troops here. I feel as though as I get my infantry up there, the guns can actually sit here and then fire from an angle here at the enemy. And that's how we do it. A little bit worried about the cavalry though, because had I caught them when they were crossing the river closer to me, I could possibly have destroyed them. It looks pretty cool now when there's so many troops on the field here. Like this, it looks like there's so many more than there actually are, given that a lot of the enemy's regiments are broken down. However, I have so few troops that I'm not able to level enough muskets as it is onto them before like we're not able to level enough musket fire to actually take down companies out of their ranks. They're moving really hard here. The cavalry will be able to move on in the next turn. And now they fire back. Right. I need 2 regiments onto the hill. So I want you to move up to block these guys from moving up. Then I want you to move up. Then I want you to be moving through the woods. You to be moving over here. We level as much fire as we can upon the enemy. And then hopefully later on you will be able to fire then. And now it's only the broken regiment. He's out way over here. Alright, it's going to be interesting to see what happens now. It's kind of a little bit of a do-or-die moment. Okay, so I'm able to move up first and I'm able to block them. However, now the enemy has so many troops that are able to fire back at us. Right, we're able to crush them before they get over the ice. But we are starting to receive a lot of fire from the enemy. Obviously, when you sit up on a hill, you can fire far and wide, but there are also a lot more regiments that are able to fire on you. But it looks pretty good now, still. The enemy has lost 24%. What the cavalry units back off, instead of moving hard to flank my smaller force, they're now moving hard over here, which seems like a very odd choice. Now the primary target here is to destroy this regiment. before they get close to my cannons. Then anyone crossing here needs to die. Fire at will. There we go. Right, we've set it up. Let's go ahead and end turn. So turn. We take a hit, but we're in the woods, so it's fine. Blasting these guys once, blasting them twice. I think once the cannon starts to fire, there's when we're gonna see the real damage on them. And before they're able to do anything, they are destroyed. They should never have come to Japan, you silly southerners. Now, early on, it looked pretty impressive as they were moving over here, but they were not really able to follow it up. Had they done it properly, the cavalry would have moved around, and they would have continued their advance, or at least actually not continued their advance, but they would have stopped them fired at me. They would have taken less hits, being all in this spread out formation, but in skirmish formation, but they also do less damage. So it might have been better for them to maybe to lead with a few units that were strong, that could take a few hits, and then having the weaker units come up behind. This looks like now it's pretty done deal, and that this force that we're fighting at here will get annihilated. They're down to 49%, 46%. They're dropping regiments left, right, and center. There is a slaughter on the icy river. But they still have something to punch back with. A massive move onto here. Daytime is running out. Let's see. Focus in on the one that crossed. I have 3 regiments ready to fire that all can fire twice. So those guys aren't going anywhere. However, oh, the cannons can actually get fire across there. So they fire first and then you move across. And you will be set to fire at will. Great. So firing on the one in the woods. They I don't know, the AI seem to usually do that when they fire on the one unit in the strongest position, rather than firing on troops that are in a weaker position. I think the cannons are no longer able to fire on that one unit, but it's not going to matter that much. It's an absolute slaughter in terms of what's going on with the French and US troops. 29% left. It's going to be over in the next turn. It's going to start by the guys on the ice firing, destroying this regiment. Then it's going to be the guys on the hill firing and hopefully destroying this guy. Then it's going to be you firing there, you firing there, and I can move out and try and fire on these, but it's safer to focus in fire on this. So hopefully it will destroy all of these. And then it will be done. Right, there go cavalry. 27%. They fire back. Are nervous a little bit, but in terms of what we're able to put down on them, we don't actually seem to... There we go. Now we fell below 27%. I needed to focus more fire on these two. But here we got victory. And now we destroyed those 2 army groups. We took no casualties. We were able to inflict 10,000. Apparently 6,000 were recovered, but that is nothing because no one was actually recovered. They were all lost. Now the 12th army group was forced into retreat up here, so we still got a nasty bastard up here. But I was able to annihilate 2 army groups, and The thing is here is they're still strong. They might come on to a counterattack. So I am more interested in possibly bolstering. I can, you know what? I can put enough army groups up here that they might not even try to attack. Or want to attack. So I can move 3rd up here, being in reinforcement of these two. And then I can move 6th to here. Can I attack here? Oh, I could! That was not what I was supposed to do. Actually. Cancel attack. I didn't think I could attack here, because that was covered by the castle. The thing is though, we've already done 2 battles in this video. I guess I could move this guy up then we could push him even further. And since he's already down quite a bit, the enemy will lose even more manpower in this battle. And there'll be a hard time for them to replenish. I'm getting a few extra groups in here. What I'm now I am building out these, so we're getting British troops for this division called the Cavalry Division, which doesn't really work. Can I make a completely new army group? Or can I remove units? Can I like completely remove a unit? Because if I could make like a British division then. Yeah. I think we'll end it here. We did destroy 2 army groups. We didn't make any real effort on the advance on the enemy though. Even though I destroyed these army groups. Since we got the movement range, we should probably press the attack. So in the next episode we will be following up the victory here, where we absolutely slaughter them once again on the fields of Yamato. So we want to continue the move. So I want to make a move here, and I want to make a move here to crush them. And I think we're going to start with this one. And hopefully after that battle these will be low on troops, because they don't have any troops to replenish with. And when these guys go up, which are a little bit weaker armies, when they go up, they're going to be able to crush a lot of these and force them into retreat. And yeah, that's what we're going to do for the next one. But for now, I'm going to end it right here. So I'll be saying like I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys for the next one. Bye.